They will release Kanu, and once he fell, they see that there's no crisis in the east. Between two of them as a power tussle of election will not hold, and maybe P2B drag for election to hold. And they happen that they see that it did not work. They'll be fighting to assassinate Obi. If they didn't kill Obi, they will try all means to kill Kanu. But where they cannot succeed Kanu is that Kanu is very clever. He's going to leave them. Nothing concerns Kanu with election. Once they release Kanu, it will not take time. Kanu will leave the country. And once you leave the country, the mercenaries that will come in are coming in. He has already trained people. And that is why one thing they fail to understand, that if they kill Kanu in the cell, another greater Kanu will rise that will not take it easy, but they will take it by force. You know, one thing is that Nigerian governments and the presidential seats, they doesn't have wisdom. When you drag somebody so much, you make the person to make a name. Do you know where they fell? For going to another man's country to go and drag that man come and putting him in a cell, they have automatically announced him.
Yes, sir.
But if they have silenced him and just leave him whatever he's doing, people look at it as a word of a fool. But the extra mile they went is to show the people that what he's saying is true. When people accuses you, speak ill against you, you don't go after them. You leave them. Why will you leave them? You will leave them because what they are saying is not true. It's with time. Time will tell. So Obi should be very, very careful, because I'm seeing assassination. They will try him with gun. They will try him with charm. They will try him with sword. They will try him with accident. This is what they are coming for. Even at the end of this election, listen carefully, end of that election 2023, before even the 2023, he has already won the election. But they will not want to give him the seat. The seat is returning back to the north. I told you people that saw a very tough war, battle, killings, bloodshed all over Nigeria. Except only some parts in the eastern part. But you see Edo, Delta, even down to this Lagos, they are behaving massive killings and war. They have circulated their mercenaries around, being the northern, I don't say northern Nigeria, but I say northern cities of other continents within Africa, that they picked as mercenaries. They must speak out north, they must speak Hausa, but they are mercenaries. They've gone around. I tell you that even Lagos will not be left free. But I say we should be praying earnestly. And that was why I still came back after some time, as the Lord showed me again. Said Biafra is supposed to be a country that will come with war and bloodshed. But the way God is working is saying now, the Lord has to tell you that you should not panic on the coming of Biafra, on anything about war. Biafra will come with easy. They will not war. Some country will just come and sign Biafra. So international body is going to sign Biafra on just easy way, without war. You know why it's going to be easy to be signed? Something is going to come out. I told you this. These are prophecies I've been giving you. I hope I'm making sense. There is two things they are going to discover, and the third one will shock you. In the north, that will make them to say Biafra should go. One is limestone in the north. It had been on set, they've been mining it, but it will be made open. Second one is gold. It had been in the north, they've been mining it, but it's going to be made open. But the third one now is oil. They will discover oil, as I tell you, and once it comes, they launch it, bam, their mind now will start getting free from anything about the east. I've given you this prophecy September, before my birthday, and I keep telling you even October. That's where these are the things that will come up. That will make them, all the struggle that we are struggling to make sure they kill all Nigeria, kill East, to collect their resources, will start dying. May God bless you. So the only thing we should be praying, Father, every crisis the enemy are trying, it shall be over. But you know that even this Lagos they are kidnapping every day. Do you know that the hitmen are in Lagos? Are you aware? Hitmen are here in Lagos, they kidnap every day. And if I tell you where the Lord took my eyes to, where they are kidnapping from, you'll be shocked. You see that to Jodu Bridge, one long bridge before you enter Redeem all this area. One long bridge. You see those bush there, they kidnap people. If you park any car, they will kidnap you. The person will pay heavy ransom. So once you are driving, you get to those parts, please, your vehicle break down, lock it, disappear. Where there is life, there is, don't take because of that vehicle you kill yourself there. It's better you have life and buy another one tomorrow. If you can't get towing van at once, look for alternative to disappear from there. If you take it to lock it and begin to run, so when you get vehicle that will tow it, carry it and go there, people tow it and disappear. Please, any vehicle is carrying you, break down there, leave the vehicle and go. Find the easiest means and disappear. Not until you go to Abuja Road before you hear that they kidnap person. They are doing it everywhere, in Lagos, in Enugu, in Imo State, in all this Oyokwara, Ondo, Ogun State. They are doing it everywhere. Nigeria is not more secure, but God will help us.
I'm sure we have all heard everything Prophet Collins have to say concerning Peter Obi, Nnamdi Kanu, and the people of Biafra and our country, Nigeria. He said some things that are very shocking, some things that are very scary, and some things that we need to look into and pray about. For instance, he mentioned that Peter Obi may be assassinated, and he also mentioned that Nnamdi Kanu is going to be set free from prison. All these things are things that we need to pay serious attention to. Before we continue, I want to also remind us that we should do well to remember our country in Nigeria. Each time I mention that we should pray for our country in Nigeria, some of us are always in the comment section insulting me, asking me that I should never say that we should pray for our country in Nigeria. But I need you to always remember this. I've mentioned it in my previous video, and I'll continue mentioning it. Nigeria is the only country we have at the moment. If we continue to wish that Nigeria should scatter, believe me, it is you and I that will continue to struggle. I said it in my previous video. When two elephants fight, there is this saying that when two elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers. So whatever these politicians are doing, if we continue to fuel it, it is us that is going to suffer, because when prices of things continue to go up, it is you and I that will suffer from it. Because these people, these politicians, people that have put us in this mess, they will continue to live their life, to live a better life. Even their children, they will continue to give them a better life with our money, with taxpayers' money, the money that you and I are paying. It will never affect them. It is us that will still cry. So that is why always I ask us that we should pray for our country, Nigeria. I know that we want to become Biafra, want to become Oduduwa Republic, want to become Arewa Republic, yes. But for now, we are all Nigerians. So let us do all we can to make sure that the country we are currently in right now is better, so that at least we can have a better life. Before you break out and become Biafra, at least you need something to eat. Before you become Oduduwa Republic, you need something to wear. You need a house, a shelter, or a roof over your head. So all these things, I think we need to consider, things that we need to look into before we say that we should not pray for our country, Nigeria. We need to put Nigeria in place. Yes, we are all angry, we are all disappointed. If you go to the market and look at prices of things, just a few days ago, I bought a plantain, 4 pieces of plantain for 1,000 naira. Small plantain, it tells you how bad and how how things have just scattered in our country. But we cannot say we will not pray for Nigeria, because like I mentioned, it is you and I that will continue to face all these things. So let us do well to pray for our country, Nigeria. Now, going back to what the prophet has said concerning Nnamdi Kanu, personally, I don't know why they are holding that man there. I don't know why they are holding that man in prison. For me, they should let him go. They should set him free. Nigeria is such that, in fact, it's a lawless country. That's what I will say about Nigeria. Nigeria is just a lawless country. In a country that follows the law, in a country that practices democracy, Nnamdi Kanu should not be in prison. So let them free that man. Let them set him free and let him live like every other Nigerian. What they are doing is that they are taking away his rights. And what they are also trying to do is that they are using him to pass a message to silence everybody. To silence everybody, because I mentioned it in my previous video. We live in a country where they say we have freedom of speech, but like Idi Amin said, there is freedom of speech, but there is no freedom after speech. That is what Nigeria is doing. You can talk, but after talking, you face the consequences of the things you have said, which is very bad. In a democratic country, everybody should be able to speak, should be able to protest, should be able to say whatever they want to say, as long as they are not inciting violence, they are not asking anybody to go and kill, anybody to go and fight. So it is important that our leaders understand all these things, because I don't know why they are holding that man there. So I pray that they set him free. And if you listen to what the prophet has said carefully, he said something. He said that if that man dies in prison, that it is going to be very bad for Nigeria. So the worst thing that can happen to Nigeria right now is for them to allow that man to die in prison. All this gara they are doing, if that man eventually dies, I'm telling you, the prophet also mentioned that if anything happens to him, that somebody that is even tougher than Nnamdi Kanu will rise up. So they should just allow him to go. They should allow him, and then they should sit down and think about the way the country is going, and now decide if the way they are treating the people from the east, if it is the best way. If it is not the best way, they should let these people go. They should let them go. I was listening to Kenneth Okonkwo in one of his interviews. He was just outlining some of the things that Peter Obi could have done, and these things are what he said are things that I have been saying. If you have been following me for a very long time, you will know that I have been saying this thing for a very long time. The best thing that can happen to Nigeria is if they decentralize Nigeria. That is the best thing. Let the people in the east have a leader, like a president, just like America. America have something we call the United States of America. Every state in America, they are managing their own resources. So let them decentralize Nigeria. Let people from the east have a president. People from the south have a president, so that when whatever is happening in the east, they have to hold somebody accountable. They will not say, okay, oh, it is because you are from Yoruba, that is why you are not doing something in the east. Or if somebody from Hausa comes, they will not say it is because you are from Hausa. No, they will be able to hold their own people accountable. That is what they should do. Any resources or any revenue that is generated from the east, they should use it to develop the east. Anything that is a revenue that is generated from the south, they should use it to develop the south, so that nobody will be feeling cheated. Because personally, I'm from Niger Delta, I'm from the south side. I don't understand why we produce almost 70% of the Nigeria oil, but refinery is in the north. It doesn't make sense. Look at what is happening in Ogoni. Oil has destroyed their farmland, and this is the same thing Ken Saro-Wiwa fought for, and Abacha killed him. But yet nothing is happening. Nigeria as a country don't have proper refinery. Dangote is not the one building refinery for Nigeria. We are all banking our hopes on Dangote's refinery, which is very shameful. We are talking about the most powerful nation, black nation in the world. It is very bad. Let them decentralize this country and let everybody have peace of mind. That is the only way Nigeria, because if we keep doing all these things we are doing, unless maybe somebody like Peter Obi comes to power, somebody that have which word will I use now? Somebody that understands what it means to lead a nation like Nigeria. That is the only way this country can get better. That is the only way. And anytime I see to talk about all this thing, I always mention it to you people that I have hope that someday somebody that have sense, somebody with the right mindset will come into power and fix our country, Nigeria. If you look at what my uncle is doing in Abia State, you will understand that we still have men that can transform this country. Look at what that man is doing in Abia State. That is exactly what Nigeria needs. Total overhauling. A man that will come and just scrap the rubbish policies they have put in place. Because I don't understand why lawmakers that will just go there, if you have been following them, what they are doing there, some of them will be sleeping. And at the end of the month, they will take more than 10 million naira. I saw the list of the money they take home every month. How can you be paying somebody about 800,000 naira for newspaper allowance? And people are fighting that you should pay them 120,000 or so. You say you want to pay them 60,000. You are paying about 400,000 naira for dog allowance. What is the dog eating? What do they have dogs in their house? You are paying somebody 600 to 700,000 naira for personal assistant. An assistant that will be doing what? I added all of them. The least they take home monthly is about 10 million naira, and you cannot remove money to pay people 100 and something thousand naira. People that are doing the major work. It is too bad. It is still shameful. So please, let us do well to pray for our country. Why I am asking us to pray is that fighting will not help us. Protesting will not help us. We all saw what happened during NSAS. We also had the sent military to shoot at innocent people. Even up till now, people that protested are still in prison. So all those things can't help us. The Bible made us to understand that the heart of kings are in the hands of God, that he can turn it whichever way he desires or he wants. So God can still touch the heart of Tinubu and all these leaders, all these people that have put us in this mess, to do the right thing. But if you say you want to fight, you are fighting a lost battle, because these people, they are even waiting for you to start that fight. So let us do well to pray for our country, Nigeria. And I believe that someday this country, Nigeria, will be better, Nigeria will be bigger, Nigeria will be greater. Everything will be okay again. And I pray that you are alive to see that day. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please do it to subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified when I post another video. If you're a returning subscriber, I want to say thank you to you. Thank you for always stopping by to watch our video. We appreciate the support you give us on this channel. May God bless you. May God reward you. Please do well to share the video on all social media platforms. Share with your friends and loved ones. And please do me a favor, like the video right now and drop a comment. By doing this, you trigger the YouTube algorithm to continue to recommend the video with more people. God bless you as you do so. I will see you in the next video. You are blessed.
I have good news for you. You will win. It's been written.
I am what I am by the grace of God. As long as that grace does not fail, Satan will never fail.
This revival you see will not be aborted.